Hi guys, so this is another set that I did last year as well during the Christmas period that I did not get to post, and this was a gel X. So I'm just pushing back the cuticles. Oh, and from what I can remember, this client actually requested not to have her cuticles trimmed. So I just went in, pushed back the cuticles, and then I proceed to etch the natural nail plates with my 150 grit sanding band. So I'm just using a 100 grit file to shape the free edge and the side walls. I do want the tips to lay very nicely over the natural nails, so we have to ensure that the shaping is tidy. So you'll actually see me here filing the natural nail in one direction. So for those wondering if it's something that I do, yes I do, and you can see that I did it. So I'm cleansing the nail plate with swipe, and then I'm going to prime with protein bonds, my Young Nails protein bonds, my OG. And if you're interested in purchasing some protein bond, you can find it in the description below. What else can you find in the description below? You can find my cuticle nippers in the description box. You can find the 100 grit pana files. And I'm so sorry you can't see that little bit, but I'm just applying a thin layer of fiber gel, and I think I used the nude fiber gel. And this fiber gel, the fiber gel that I'm using here, was from the fiber gel kit. So if the title of this video is what brought you here, then I'm so glad you decided to watch to this part, because this is where it gets grimy. This is where it gets grimy, guys, and you are going to see the very first mistake that I made, right? So you see, you guys will realize now that this was not a clickbait, right? I wasn't trying to trick you guys into coming here, because if you guys think that this is a proper gel X application like I once did, then you are dead wrong, and you need to watch this video to the end. All right, perhaps the end result isn't looking too bad, and I'm sure the video will also teach you some of the ways that you can correct mistakes that you've made in the beginning. But at the end of the day, having the proper techniques from the very start, from the foundation of your nail set, will ensure maximum adhesion, maximum retention, and of course your nails will look absolutely beautiful. So not only will your nails look beautiful, but they will last your clients very long. Alright, so after I added the first layer of fiber gel. Here you will see me proceed to apply the tips, right? Now the first thing that I did wrong was, if you look at the tips and you look at the C curve of my client's nails, you would realize that these tips are not suitable for her nail bed. Even though you can, in some cases, if it's not too bad, you can actually squeeze the tip into a C curve and then apply it. But as you can see, I did not do that, right? And the second thing that I did wrong was I applied way too much fiber gel on the nail bed. So by the time I put the tip on top, you can see the gel spewing out through the sidewall and at the cuticle area and at the free edge. And due to the incompatibility of the tips and my client's natural C curve, you can see that the tips look oversized. They're not hugging her nails as they should. So those are the first two mistakes that I made while doing this set. Oh my gosh, the thumb was the worst. I mean, look at that. The overflow is almost at the end of the tip. It's horrible, horrible, horrible. Oh my gosh, it pains me to watch myself doing this. Honestly, it really does. Alright, so moving on, homegirl proceeds to etch the nail with her 150 grit sanding band, and this is a part of the process, so I'm good here. I was doing my thing here, etching away. And I'm sitting here and I'm watching this and I'm thinking to myself, like, how the hell did I pull this off? Like, what am I going to do to fix all of this? So I'm using my 100 grit pana file and I'm shaping, and I'm happy with the shaping. I'm looking back at it and I'm pleased with what I did. So if I were to do this set again over today, what I do different is I would ensure that the tips I'm using has more of a C curve, and the Young Nails coffin shaped tips I feel would have been perfect for her nail bed shape, right? So I would have used those tips, and I would also apply less fiber gel onto the nail bed. When you're doing gel-X, it's really preference as to whether you want to put the gel on the nail plate or on the tip. And I've tried both ways, and for me, I've been placing the gel on the tip itself and not on the nail plate, right? So that is my personal preference, but both ways are correct. So I'm going in with my medium pana bit, and it seems I'm just making these oversized tips flush with the contour of the nail, and I can see it coming together very nicely, right? And remember that there is also a layer of fiber gel below. Oh my gosh, look at that jeez. So I'm right, so I was saying that there's a layer of fiber gel below, so it's perfectly fine to use the carbide bit around the cuticle area like that. So looking at this now, I am not pleased with the cuticle area and the side walls. You know, these tips were not sized properly and they do not hug the nail as I would want them to. But let's carry on and finish watching this video. So it seems I did a glitter press on the pinky, and then I'm going to proceed to do the nail art. And this was a design that she sent me. It was something she saw on Pinterest, and I just replicated the design. And guys, as much as you know you don't want to face it, as a beginner nail tech, the only way you are going to progress is if you practice. And remember that your products, your tools, your implements, your time is all worth money. So at no point should you be offering your services for free. So what I do recommend is when you're starting out, right? And at this time of me doing this design, I was actually 1 month in. And I believe that this might have been my very first time doing gel-X on somebody else, right? I would have practiced on myself at the time, but this was my first time doing it on someone else. And I did not offer my service for free, but at this time I was having a special, right? So my prices were discounted. At least try to get your friends or family members or whoever it is that you're doing their nails, at least try to ask for a contribution in terms of products. You know, I'm not saying that you can't ever do nails for free. At the end of the day, it's your choice, because yes, there are persons who I have done their nails for free, and up to this day there are some persons that I still do their nails for free, for different reasons. However, you have to bear in mind that people like to take advantage, right? And that's just the sad reality of life. Wherever you go, you will find that people will like to take advantage of you. And, when they can't get their way with you, they try to manipulate you and manipulate your feelings into believing that you are the one who did something to wrong them, right? But you have to be grounded, you have to understand yourself, and most importantly, you have to put you and your needs first, because you can't pour from an empty bottle, right? So yeah, I think this was my first gel-X set, guys, and I charged a discounted price for it. I was having a Christmas special. Like I said, I was just starting out. So there's another thing that this video highlights that I wanted to touch on as well. So some persons, and this is just an assumption, but I think that maybe there are persons out there who saw the thumbnail and thought that it was a clickbait, because how could this be your worst gel-X set ever? And the thumbnail is so eye-catching and pretty, and the artwork is nice. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's nice, right? But when you open the video and when you watch the video and when you see the foundation, you realize that there is so much more work that needs to be done. And I think that what this video really highlights is the importance of focusing on your foundation, right? The nail art is the least of it, because I can tell you this, and I'm being completely honest with you guys, this client has never returned. She did not come back. And I mean, I don't know why she didn't come back, but looking at this video, I can probably see why. Maybe the nails didn't last as long. because I didn't get some of these foundational things correct. So guys, like I said, the artwork is the least. Focus on your foundation, focus on your prep work, focus on your application. Those are the things that really matter, because I think clients prefer when their nails last versus having pretty nails for a short period of time. And they spend their money, so they want to get their money's worth, right? Another beginner tip that I want to share with you guys, and this is something that I still practice to this day, and I don't think I will ever stop. No, I don't know how many of you do this, but I request that my customers send me their designs beforehand. And the reason why I do this is because I hate when they sit in my chair and they show me a design and I'm unable to do it. One, because I don't have the product, or two, I have not mastered the skill of doing it, right? Or I haven't figured out how to do it. So I like to ask them to send it to me in advance so I can have an idea of what would be required of me. And if it is that I need to get an item in order to execute the set, then I would have time to try and source that product instead of telling them that I can't do the design. And I think practicing this has helped me to grow my inventory, to grow my color collection, and also to diversify my skills. So don't wait until the very last minute, because chances are, if you had the time to prepare beforehand to do the set, then the chances of them coming out better will be greater. Because if you practice it before, then you can anticipate any kind of hiccup, right? And you'll know how to plan for it. You'll know what to do if something should go wrong, or you'd know what to do and you'd know what not to do in order to execute the design. So guys, this was so long ago, I honestly don't remember, you know, what was going through my head and what was happening. But as you can see, I had some issues while applying the matte top coat. And this is also another tip with the matte top coat. Whenever you're gonna apply it, you have to remove the dispersion layer that was left before, because I noticed that the color will transfer, the colored gel polish, the dispersion layer will transfer into the matte top coat, and I only notice it with the matte top coat. So that's a tip there for you guys. Well, the not polished matte top coat, I need to specify that because it might be different with other brands. So guys, that is the final look. I mean, looking at it now, it looks okay, you know, it doesn't look bad at all, right? But there are lots of foundational issues and they could have looked way better, way better. So I really hope you enjoyed this video and you learned something from it, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.